Alright, here we go. This is a 1v1 match on Duel between the blue player in the upper left-hand corner, JBL, in the classic Osprey, and his opponent, the Carbon team, in the bottom right-hand corner, BboyDeyo, in the Nexus Saucer, and that is team color support. As you can see, it is yellow when it is... Oh, I didn't really notice that. There's like yellow coloring there on the side when it has something in its cargo. We do see him put a flacker on patrol for some front door defense there. And we do have a lot of levelers out on the field for JBL, as I don't know if you've seen any videos of me mentioning recently, though, that levelers have pretty much been halved in cost, actually technically more than halved. As of the time of this video recording, they are a 7 upkeep and not 15 as they previously were. So the standard before pretty much two levelers, and now it's pretty much become 4 because you can't afford the amount of power that it doesn't take. However, you do have less moneymakers on the field, which, I guess is a big deal, but I guess it's not that big of a deal because that's kind of become the thing now. People have been putting a lot more levelers down, and BBoy trying to get some harass down, but JBL here to defend. Oh, and does take down BBoy on his way out, so not really very well executed there by BboyDeyo, but only level 1, so will be able to respawn very quickly. And JBL trying to kill a Ratchet, healing up another Ratchet with just his Osprey guns, not going to get too far. Let's see if we can get this before BboyDeyo. No, BBoy does come back and swoop it up in time. But we do have a mid-fight about to start here. We do have a couple of units, a Buster and a Longhorn for and with supported pretty nice mix of units up there, actually. A Ratchet and 2 Ratchets and some AA for defense. BBoy coming with a Longhorn here for a little bit of harass against, I don't know if this is harass technically, but attacking the army against an Osprey with heal against more Longhorn. So yeah, not really super effective, but now does use it in the on the opposite side for that mid-fight, moving up his units. JBL doing the same thing, but just Longhorn here, no healing units. Obviously, he is an Osprey, he doesn't need as many, but does put a Ratchet down and does have some anti-air coming out. So you do notice he does have turtles in his loadout, so we have yet to see that coming out. BBoy with a couple of shooters now, and starting to abduct the Archies on the side. JBL now finally making a turtle and bringing some creeps for bunkering defense, I guess. No, he's going to use them to try to take this outpost momentarily, I think. Obviously, with all these enemy units on the other side, he's not going to be able to hold it for very long. Well, let's see. Okay, not even actually able to take it. Does put this turtle right in the most useless position for the most part right here. Really needs to be somewhere. I mean, it's not really necessary yet because his units are not really in firing range of those other units. And Smoking Black does heal it up, but BBoy stealing more Archies right now. I do believe this was a custom match. I will ask later. I'm not really sure. I forgot to get that information. But this, a saucer on Duel, it smells a little bit fishy. So ranked match is probably less likely at this point. But we do have a lot of Busters out on the field from BBoy, and will steal this. No, JBL does swoop up that Seeker in time to save it, and BBoy not able to abduct it quite yet. Now JBL's turtle is very low on health, getting fired on by a lot of Busters, and very low on health. Doesn't have his Ratchet sitting behind it, just has to heal it up with his own heal, and BBoy just queuing up more shooters. So that he can, more shooters behind your army lines is pretty much just additional DPS that's not really in danger just because of the shooters' insanely long range. They are very susceptible to bombs. But interestingly enough, we don't see any bombs in any of these players' loadouts. Bombs are still pretty much as broken as ever. I know they have been technically balanced recently. I think their I completely forgot. I think their carry weight went up a little bit. I think by 100 or something like that. And I think their build cost is actually about to go up, depending on the time of this recording. About to might not be the correct phrasing there, but now BBoy able to grab that middle outpost surrounded with his units, and does have he's starting to move up on this. Okay, does have to pull back though. There is a little bit too much. Does lose a Longhorn in the process. But he definitely is ahead, slightly ahead in the upkeep, 72 to 78. I think it's 80 once he drops everything, yes. With the map control, so he does have the advantage now with some free Archies firing in. JBL is, I don't know. There's not much he can do at this point. He can't really push up. And in terms of his offensive capability right now, I guess with an Osprey, he can support his units pretty well, but just not much, as a defensive mech, can't really support his units the way that a Helix or a Warthog could. But yeah, BboyDeyo now with 90 to 84 and 92 because that other Archie did go down. He is just stealing Archie after Archie, and that is just great. 3 units. He doesn't have artillery in his loadout, so just being a saucer on Duel. Honestly, I really don't think that should ever happen. They really need to like replace those Archies with Seekers or something, just so that doesn't happen. I don't know if that's really completely fair, to be honest, but it's kind of become one of the standards now. We do have BboyDeyo with 4 shooters here that will take care of quite a lot of units if this isn't noticed by JBL, and they will just slowly wander into that outpost and definitely not. Well, kind of. They are technically on the minimap briefly, a little bit, but not after this Moneymaker got killed. But now BboyDeyo putting a lot of pressure on this forward from JBL. The turtle was up to tank the damage from the artillery. Another one is up actually here to tank, and this is a good placement of this turtle, just in case BboyDeyo does decide to push. But with a nice Longhorn drop at the front door, JBL forced block with whatever he had in queue, which was a Seeker at the time, and I guess will allow get the Jackals to deal with it, not dropping anything to kill it, not shooting it himself, and BboyDeyo did move to reposition. A lot of damage is going down. These Jackals will take forever to kill them, and JBL with 2 Longhorn, will get taken down by BboyDeyo, and those 2 Longhorn are just going to be, his units did kill them before he got to abduct them, but now with that kill, he will definitely use it to his advantage to steal a Longhorn, maybe another one. But now JBL finally putting down a Longhorn in blocking position not before a third of his life is gone. And right now another Longhorn got dropped. Another one is here attacking the other Longhorn, and just more and more drops by BboyDeyo. A lot of damage going down. It's about half health now for JBL, and JBL really needs to be on the defensive. And in the meantime, because of that, BboyDeyo is allowed to steal that turtle away, and he could probably even push up at this point, maybe even using that turtle for his to his advantage. And JBL just really losing his foothold here. Those Longhorn at the front door are finally dead, but he is pretty much down to about less than half of his life. A little bit less than half of his life right now. And BboyDeyo now moving up, leapfrogging his units very well, using that saucer, using that blink, and will probably be able to clear the rest of JBL's units on the front of this factory. There are some supporting units back here, but these Archies are really doing a great job keeping the pressure on them back there. And JBL now moving them up. I think BboyDeyo now might start to reposition his artillery, but no, instead supplements his army with shooters. No, puts them back here to just continually attack more. And that will cause quite a lot of trouble for JBL. Look at this huge cluster of units led by that stolen turtle, and Buster's behind it. Turtle is leading the fight here for JBL, so that is probably going to last quite a long time. This stolen turtle will die pretty soon. It is smoking gray, now smoking black, and BboyDeyo, yes, he is starting to move up his long-range units, the artillery that he stole, and those shooters. There is, oh my god, that is a lot of units sitting there for JBL, and BboyDeyo now starting to move out to the front door with those Longhorn. It will take a long time for JBL to actually deal with this cluster of units, so if he doesn't go back and purposely scout, that might be actually GG at this point. He does have less than half his health, so those Longhorn going for the front door, as long as BboyDeyo can keep him distracted here. And let's see, let's take a look at JBL's minimap. They are just starting to now show up, and now BboyDeyo coming to support that fight. Look at all of the Longhorn on the front door. JBL now is forced to react, but nothing in his build queue except for 1 Longhorn, forced to block with that Seeker, and really panicky sound there. If you guys heard that, it's kind of glitchy sometimes. But now BboyDeyo getting a great surround. He doesn't even have any points in the death rate, to be honest. Doesn't need it right now. Just needs to bring more and more Longhorn to the front door, and that is it. BboyDeyo taking this win over JBL in this 1v1 match on Duel with a great timing push with those Longhorn while keeping the pressure on JBL's forward, forcing him to dedicate all of his defense and credits there at that forward. And that pretty much spelled the end for JBL. If you guys have any replays, send them in to ruy0x@gmail.com. You could also message me at RUI on Steam. Check out my video descriptions, please. I know I say it every single time, but please follow me on Twitter. I have a tweet for every single game that I post, and not too many people see it, so I create these like car salesman pitches, like to try to entice you to watch it. Some of them are horrible, some of them sound like, really corny, but I mean, I make them every single time, guys, so if I can get some extra Twitter followers, that would be great. Also, check out Uncharted's work. I will hope to remember to include that in my video description. This is RUI, and that is game. See you next time.